smarter goals on this one. It's called SMART. So S, list down your goals specifically. So what are your specific goals? M, how would you measure your success? What am I going to use to measure how successful I am? What am I going to compare it to? That's what it means. A, describe your action plans. So what did we say? How am I going to get this done? Like, what does that look like? What are the steps to get to where I want to go? R, are your goals realistic, doable, attainable? Because sometimes we get all the way through and then we get to the R and we realize, like, is this really like realistic? And sometimes it's not that the goal that we started with in the beginning wasn't realistic. It was maybe our action plan wasn't realistic, or how we plan to measure it wasn't realistic, and so we need to go back and tweak it. And then we get to T. What is your time frame for these goals? So how much time do you want to spend trying to get this done? So maybe you're like, I want to be debt free. I know that this is not going to be a fast process because I have a lot of debt and little income, and I have to figure out some ways, maybe in my action plan, of how to increase my income so that I can get it done faster. But for my realistic time management, let's say I'm going to give myself 5 years. And that might be way too long for some people, but some people may need even more than that. You never know, because everybody's situation is different. You have to pick a time frame that seems reasonable and realistic for your goal. But the one setup I will say with time frame is, do not give yourself an excessive amount of time because you know you're going to procrastinate. Because then you're setting yourself up for failure, and you're more likely to quit early, if that makes sense. Or kind of say, I could have got this done tomorrow, but I still have 3 years. I'm going to just do it in like a month. If you know you can get it done tomorrow, do it tomorrow. Don't do it 3 months from now. Expectation management. Under what circumstances will you consider adjustments? So, and this is why I really like this one, because it goes beyond just the SMART goals. But if something happens, because things happen, right? I had an unexpected hospitalization, and that hospitalization kind of threw me off a little bit. And so some of the stuff I was doing, I realized that it was more important for me to focus on getting my health corrected than it was for me to do that other thing that I really wanted to get done at the time. And I'm getting to a place now where I can pick that back up. But I had to put it down for a little bit. And so those are the things it's asking you to measure. Under what circumstances are you willing to adjust it? Even if that means maybe you're like, I put myself at 5 years and I realized I could be done in 2. Make those adjustments, but what would make you make that adjustment? And then revelation. Write a promise or a verse, and it doesn't have to be from the Bible, but this encourages you to use one from the Bible that supports these goals. You can use a quotation if you don't want to use a verse from the Bible. You can use something that your mama used to always tell you, and you know that just gets you going. Whatever it is, it's basically creating a daily affirmation that encourages your goal. So maybe your goal is, I'm debt free. And so you say, I am debt free to yourself every day, or you say, I will be debt free. However you would like to, say that. But maybe in addition to that, your encouragement is, and I love this one because this is Dave Ramsey, live like no one else, so later you can live like no one else. And that's my favorite one as far as finances, because it is so hard sometimes to cut out that other stuff when you can just, you're like, I can still get it done, but I'm gonna just keep this stuff too. When realistically, if you got rid of some of that extra stuff that you didn't actually need, you could be finished a lot faster with getting debt free. And so I really like that one. I really like live like no one else, so later you can live like no one else. So if I said, and it is one of my goals, y'all, to be debt free. I will be debt free. I am debt free. I'm speaking it now. My motivating quote is, live like no one else, so later you can live like no one else. And you can even say, put your own spin on it. Like I can say, Erica, honey, girl, live like no one else right now, so later you can really live like nobody else, girl. All that stuff, it's going to be yours because you'll have it. And so that's how you kind of, talk to yourself like you're talking to yourself, okay? You can make this yours.